Now for today's quick shot of Sips, Suds, and Smokes.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Suds podcast episode where everything good in life is worth discussing. I'm your hostess, good old gal Julieanna, and with me today is good old boy Dave.
Hello, ladies. Yeah, that just happened.
Wow, I feel like I'm watching Lethal Weapon.
Maybe because you are looking at a lethal weapon.
Really? That wall is a lethal weapon? Man, that's awesome. What does it do?
Apparently, it distracts you from looking at me.
Maybe so. Or maybe it's the beer. Well, for a quick word from our sponsor.
This episode of Sips, Suds, and Smokes is sponsored by BetDSI, online sportsbook and home of the $1 million NCAA Bracket Challenge. Get $25 and tons of other stuff just by using our promo code SSS Madness.
So today we're going to be tasting and discussing a couple of beers from Stone Brewing Company in Encinitas, California.
The beers we'll be discussing today are Pataskala Red IPA, 7.3% ABV, Delicious IPA, 7.7% ABV, and Ruination Double IPA, 8.5% ABV, and Hop Revolution IPA with Mosaic hops, 7.7% ABV. These are from the Stone All IPA Mixed 12-pack, and the Hop Revolver. Did I say Hop Revolution earlier? Because I should have said Hop Revolver. I must have been drinking beer. The Hop Revolver series, which are all single-hopped beers, are only available in this All IPA Mixed 12-pack series. So while we're drinking these beers, we'll also be rating them from 1 to 5, with 1 being icky and 5 being awesome. I'm a 5.
You like to think you're a 5. Well, before we get into our tastings here, I just want to give you guys a little brief history on Stone Brewing in case for some reason you've been under a rock and have no idea who they are.
Or under a stone. See what I did there?
Yeah, that's awesome. Stone Brewing has come a long way since Greg Cook and Steve Wagner opened in San Diego, California in 1996. Wow. They grew from a small microbrewery into one of the largest craft breweries in the U.S., employing more than 1,100 amazing men and women.
And no children or animals. It's very important that you know no children or animals were harmed in the making of this beer.
From the beginning, the goal has been to brew outstanding, unique beers while maintaining an unwavering commitment to sustainability, business ethics, and the art of brewing. Stone Brewing is now the 9th largest craft brewer in the U.S., and with breweries in Richmond, Virginia, and Berlin, Germany, they join artisanal brewers across the world in the quest to show the public that there are more and better choices beyond the world of industrial beer. That being said, let's get to the beer.
Hey, let's drink some beer, man.
Okay, so the first one that we're going to talk about is the Pataskala Red IPA. And hopefully I said that right.
Said it better than I did.
Pataskala?
Pataskala.
Pataskala? I don't know why those in the know favor the third pronunciation. No matter how you say it, this is a unique red IPA. The beer was first brewed in September 2015 to support music and arts education programs in Pataskala, Ohio, where Stone co-founder Greg Cook grew up. The people there in Ohio loved it, so they added the beer to their seasonal lineup, and the Pataskala name stuck. The crimson hue is courtesy of a special German malt variety by Best Malts called Red X. Appearances, however, only tell so much. It is heavily dry hopped with Mosaic, Cascade, and Amarillo hops, and the beer is incredibly citrus forward, rounded out with notes of biscuit and toffee from the malt bill. The result is an evocative red IPA, yet different. And as luck, or perhaps skill is more the appropriate word, to give our brewing team their due, would have it, it is quite wonderful. We think you'll find this unusual red IPA to be quite deliciously satisfying no matter how you choose to pronounce it. So, good old boy Dave, what do you think of this?
Well, you know, red IPAs the designation red IPA is a pretty new subcategory of IPA because a lot of people were making them, but nobody really knew how to categorize them. And this one reminds me of a red ale, but like a super hopped up red ale because it does have the caramel maltiness, but then it has the hop forwardness too. And this one is really hopped up, and it has a lot of my favorite hops, Cascade and Mosaic. And Mosaic is by far and away my favorite hop. It's very balanced. It's great beer. This is a really good drinker. And I don't know, man. What did you think about it?
Well, I have to agree with you. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry. I know. Like, for as much as Stone is like all West Coasty with the hops and usually hop a saltiness, I like the balance here between the hops and the malt.
I mean, the hops are definitely here.
Yeah.
They are in your face.
They're huge and they're in your face. But I just like the fact that I can taste some malt, and like the description said, I can taste the toffiness and that rich like sweetness to balance out
and
all of the hops.
It all works out really well, and it's a beautiful color.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it in the glass, it's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, when you want to think of what a true red IPA is, this is definitely it. A lot of IPA is kind of pale in comparison. I mean, in terms of the... I know. Like, they're not as red. This one is a fine shade of red. So, that being said, what did we rate this beer?
We gave the Pataskala Red X IPA a fine rating of 4. 4.
We'll be right back after this break.
Half-court heave!
It's that time of year again. March Madness takes over, and with it, NCAA bracketology is game on. The Bet DSI $1 Million Bracket Challenge is right around the corner, and you can win big this NCAA basketball season. Compete head-to-head in the Bet DSI Bracket Challenge for your chance to take home guaranteed prizes and a chance to win $1 million.
Of Middle Tennessee, a 15 seed has won it, and they are moving on.
Bet DSI is a top-rated online sportsbook with over 20 years of experience. Great customer service is available anytime. It's an easy-to-use interface, and they have fast payment on winnings. There are live in-game wagering options now and throughout the NCAA March Madness tournament.
Basket does not count as Cincinnati has its heart ripped out.
Do you have a problem with that and them going
no comment on officiating.
Coach, it was a hard...
Get a free bracket entry and a $25 NCAA tournament bet just for registering. Plus, you will get 200% member bonus and more bracket conscious entries on your first deposit by using our promo code SSSMadness. Don't sit on the sidelines this March Madness. Use promo code SSSMadness and start winning today.
College basketball unites the whole country. Don't mess it up. It's too damn good. It's too damn good.
So, moving on, let's discuss the Stone Delicious IPA. Again, this one is 7.7%.
Tastes good.
7.7% ABV. This one is a citrusy IPA with lemon drop and El Dorado hops. I know, I just wanted to say IPA.
I pee a lot.
Yeah. Well, after drinking a lot of beer, I'm sure you do pee a lot. So, while a lot of Stone's beers are many and diverse, yet unified by overarching boldness. Ooh, I like that. Overarching boldness. Indie Pale Ales are their undeniable bread and butter. Yeah. I mean, if you know Stone, it's all about the IPAs.
They've made a couple.
Yes, they've made a couple. The result is an intensely citrusy, beautifully bitter beer that is worthy of the simple yet lordly title of Stone Delicious IPA. Lemon drop and El Dorado hops combine to bring on a magnificent lemon candy-like flavor that's balanced by hop spice. Unlike anything you've tasted in nearly 2 decades of IPA experimentation and another lupulin-laced creation, they're excited to present to hopheads everywhere this delicious IPA. So, is it delicious?
I don't know that I agree with him on the name of this. And it may just because this one got a little bit lost in the flight. The others are so big and flavorful. This one just seemed to lack a little bit to me. I don't know. What did you think?
Yeah, it seemed a little bit unbalanced. It just was over hopped and over astringent to me.
The bitter just sits on your tongue, even like after you go away from it for a little bit,
Yeah, it just didn't do it for me. And what did we rate this beer?
Actually, we gave Stone Delicious IPA a rating of 2.
Well, while we're on the subject of these things, I just wanted to briefly mention the gargoyles that are on the label, which I think is kind of cool. That gargoyles have been known to ward off evil spirits. Do you think they're warding off evil hops?
They're not warding off the bitterness in this last beer.
So we've been discussing this little Stone 12-pack IPA thing.
All IPA Mixed 12.
Yeah, all IPA thing that we've been talking about here.
Sort of, kind of.
Like my verbiage. Anyways, I think the next one that we're going to move on to is the Ruination Double IPA 2.0, a liquid poem to the glory of the hop.
Wow, okay. That's fancy talk.
Wow, that's like Keats.
They use their mouths pretty fancy.
It's like poetry.
Yeah.
Okay. Stone Ruination IPA was the first full-time brewed and bottled West Coast Double IPA on the planet.
What?
Exactly. Or at least that's what they say.
How do they know?
I don't know. I guess they did
They probably asked around.
Survey?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Lots of quality assurance from other brewers.
I don't know. I called a couple people.
They probably did call
Phone a friend.
Maybe phone many friends.
I don't have that many friends.
Yeah, but Stone has
Does
a
that
lot.
strike you as odd?
No. Well, anyways,
That's
enough
hurtful.
about your personal life. So, as craft beer has evolved over the years, so too have techniques for maximizing hop flavors and aromas. For the second incarnation of their groundbreaking IPA, they employ dry hopping and hop bursting to squeeze every last drop of piney, citrusy, tropical essence from the hops that gives this beer its incredible character.
Was that annoying?
Do you think they did that every time they touched the hops?
They should have.
Wow. Okay. And they've also updated the name to Stone Ruination Double IPA 2.0 to reflect all this squeezing of intensity that's evident in every sip.
I'm not going to make that noise again.
Good call. Join us in cheering the second stanza of their liquid poem to the glory of the hop. So, what do you think of this liquid poem?
Ruination is one of the ones that I've had quite a few times. I don't know if I've had 2.0. And I'm not big into poetry. You may not know this about me, but I'm fartsy, but not so much artsy. And what were we talking about? The beer. Oh, yeah. Well, I like this beer. This is the biggest one on the flight by far. It's 8.5%, and that's a big. Now, this was all the beers in this 12-pack are well over 7%, so you're going to get your money's worth out of this 12-pack, regardless. But this one is by far and away the biggest one, and it definitely tastes it to me. I definitely get the alcohol in this one. That's not to say that that's a bad thing. It's big, it's hoppy, and it's malty, and it's pretty well balanced, but it is a really, really big beer. What do you think?
It is a really big beer. I don't necessarily taste a lot of the alcohol. I just taste this huge assault of what to me is a stereotypical gold standard of what a West Coast IPA is. It's just immensely hop forward, and at least I can actually taste like the hop varieties that are in there, which really blows me away because
it's quite pungent.
Oh yeah,
it is pungent in a very hoppy way. But if you're a hop head, you're absolutely going to love this. And I think in terms of the hop flavor, this is even better.
Yeah, I mean, this doesn't burn you out. It's
No.
It's not a palate wrecker. I don't think it's.
I think it's a palate wrecker.
I don't think so. I mean, compared to some of the West Coast IPAs that you can get that'll really, really burn you down, this one's big, but it goes away pretty quick to me. You know, I think the malt is there enough that it kind of carries the hop bitterness away from you.
Okay. Well, it lingers for me, but I think this is a better version than the 1.0 version. So, what did we rate this beer?
We gave the Stone Ruination Double IPA a Suds rating of 3.
Thanks.
Sorry, that was a little 3.5.
Now, the piece de resistance and the last of the flight.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. So this is the Stone Hop Revolver IPA. It's a rotating single hop series that is available only in the all IPA Mixed Pack. So we were lucky enough to get the version with mosaic hops.
My favorite.
I know. I think it's a lot of people's favorite. And after you hear us talk about it, you may want to seek this puppy out. So the aim of this experimental hop-centric series is to demonstrate just how dramatically a single hop can impact a beer. And those of us that are homebrewers know completely how one hop can change the landscape of everything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as well as beer tasters, too. Let me qualify that.
Anybody who has tried one of these, you know, a lot of breweries do it too. They showcase single hops just to let you see how the same base beer can be impacted by different hop varieties.
Yeah, and I think
some work and some don't.
Sure, and I think that's a great way of showcasing what works and what doesn't work. Anyways,
do you think it's also a marketing thing?
Sure, why not?
You know, I mean, you got all these hops sitting around. Why not just spread them out?
Yeah. Or if there's a new hop that might have been dropped off by the hop gods.
Fairy?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, hey, try this.
Yeah.
Well, then it's a good way of showcasing a new hop variety. And then homebrewers like us, if we like it, we want to, like, grab hold of it and make our own IPAs with it.
Sure. Or, you know, you run short on one kind of hop, you can do another one.
Okay. Well, let's get to that beer. What did you think of it?
Well, obviously, I love it because I love Mosaic. It, again, is my favorite variety of hop, and this beer showcases it really well. The malts are there just enough to let the Mosaic ride along on top and really be the star. So I'm very interested to try the other varietals in the Hop Revolver series, but I think we were lucky that we got our favorite one right off the bat.
Yeah, totally. This is by far, it's my favorite beer of the flight. And I mean, it's very balanced, but the Mosaic flavor is so pure. And a lot of times Mosaic hops get kind of muddled in with other hops, and you don't get to really enjoy the full effect of what Mosaic is. That may sound weird, but this is just beautiful citrus that kind of floats on the top and lingers on your tongue, and it has a really good malt backbone too that doesn't detract from it, but I think it enhances it, if anything else.
The star.
Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, what did you I'm sorry, were you going to say something?
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I was going to make a noise or something.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. That's sweet. So, what did we rate this beer?
So, we rated the Hop Revolver Mosaic a Suds rating of 4.
Well, I think that's going to conclude this little interlude of Stone Brewing Company.
This was a good 12-pack, man.
I know. It really was. And I think we're going to have to get another one.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and you can catch more episodes online, including our regular weekly show. Did I say it's weekly? I'd like to thank
regular.
I'd like to thank my co-host for being here, good old boy Dave.
Hey, thanks for having me.
This is good old girl Julieanna. Keep on chugging, guys.
This has been a one-tan-hand production of Sips, Suds, and Smokes, a program devoted to the appreciation of some of the finer slices of life. From the Dude in the Basement Studios, your hosts, the Good Old Boys, will see y'all next time.